Jordan Henderson has had his contract terminated by Al-Ettifaq in Saudi Arabia. Now, let's be honest, this doesn't take me by any surprise whatsoever. And then the reason why I'm putting out this video, because it's not AFC Bournemouth related, let's be honest. It's, related to a player in his twilight years, did very, very well at Liverpool, of course, won the title during the COVID year with them, and then, has just kind of fallen off a cliff. I think, really, if players are serious about, getting into their national squads ahead of the Euros and, of course, ahead of the World Cup, they cannot be playing in a league which, you know, I don't want to be disrespectful to the Saudi League because at the end of the day, I've seen some parts of it. Some parts of it are good. Some parts of it are growing. Everybody has to start somewhere. It's not an established division, or yeah, it's an established division, but it's not established on the world stage. I think that's probably the best way to say it. Um, you know, I've got respect for the league, even though, there's a lots of money being pumped around it. But I think it's daft for players if they're wanting to go to a World Cup or the Euros to actually go over to Saudi Arabia at this point in time, because for every Ronaldo or Henderson or Ruben Neves that is over there, there's a lot more weaker players. It's a little bit like David Beckham. If you've ever seen the Beckham documentary when he went over to Los Angeles and played for the LA Galaxy, the quality of football was so much lower than it was in this country, and that's the thing, is the Premier League, the quality is, the bar is set so high. That's why a lot of players come over here to play their football. That's why a lot of players will, go abroad to Italy, Spain, France, from, nations with lesser leagues, so to speak. And I'm not being disrespectful by saying that, but the Saudi Arabian league at the moment is not where it is. Can it get there? Of course it can. It's like anything, it grows and grows and grows and grows, but it shows money isn't everything. The conditions as well is very, very difficult, for somebody. I went over to the UAE, back last summer. Absolutely loved it. Loved the place. Absolutely loved the place. Do you think I could play 90 minutes of football over there? You know, do I think I could have played 90 minutes of football over there at 20 years old? I don't think I could have, because the heat was unbearing. And of course, they've got different, league calendars to the Premier League. Our off season is August. They've got the August off as well, these leagues. But you think how hot it is. In Qatar, they had to do air conditioned stadiums. In Saudi Arabia, not every club in that league is going to have an air conditioned stadium. That's just the way it is, really. Just the way it is. And I think for Jordan Henderson, it was a silly move. I think for Steven Gerrard, it was probably a silly move at this time of his career. It's not been going very well for Gerrard over there anyway. I don't even know really what's going on with Gerrard, to be honest. Have they been sacked or what? What's happened really? But you're playing against. You've gone from playing at Liverpool against some of the best players in the world, and some people might say, "Oh well, Bournemouth," but we've got a higher quality of players than probably most of the top teams in the Saudi Arabian league. So that is really where it's boiling down to. That's really what I wanted to say today. This is really my daily opinion piece. It's not Bournemouth related, but it is an opinion. If Jordan Henderson wants to get back into that England side, he's going to have to play for one of the English clubs, one of the Premier League clubs. Don't think the Championship is going to cut it at this time. You know, Newcastle, maybe even ourselves, would he come in as backup? potentially Rothwell's gone, so it might make sense for a short-term deal to get Jordan Henderson in and see what he can do. Because if you've been playing at a lower level for a period of time, you're going to have to take some time to actually ramp yourself back up to the level where you was at, which was high with Liverpool. Some people say sideways Henderson, pass, a little bit like sideways Sermon. People used to say that about him, but I thought Andrew Sermon was a great player, and Jordan Henderson is a great player. He's not the sort of player that you would say, pulls up trees and is absolutely amazing. Couldn't do without him in the squad. No, it's not that sort of player. But what he does bring to the team is he brings knowledge, experience, something that maybe we're lacking in. So I'd be all up for that. I'd be all up for that. If Jordan Henderson wants to come to AFC Bournemouth, you know, open the door. Open the door. And no doubt he'll probably go back to Liverpool, though. That would not shock me one moment. But let us know what you think, Liverpool fans. Al-Ettifaq fans, that'd be quite interesting. Let us know what you think of your league. Am I completely wrong? I'd like to see a lot more Saudi games. Do you know what? I'd like to actually go over there and watch a game. Just experience it for myself, because, the Saudi Arabian, fans are, passionate. It's great. It's great, developing countries. Saudi Arabia is not a developing country, but developing football nations, I should say. It's great to see them, loving the sport. So let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of this. And yeah, I shall see you in the next video. Over and out. And thank you for joining us.